For this project, you will need papers, any type of papers, color papers, remnants, scissors, and glue stick. Hi everybody, Mrs. Fontana here, and I am here to teach you all about shapes today. I know you might be thinking, dude, I learned that when I was in preschool. I know what a triangle is, know what a square is, I got my shapes down. But today we are going to learn all about two different types of shapes. Geometric and organic, okay? So geometric shapes are ones that are mathematically made. So they have straight edges and straight corners. So I want you to repeat after me. Say geometric, just like a robot, because robots are geometric, straight edges, straight corners. Say it with me again. Geometric. Okay, so when you want to remember geometric shape, think about a robot and how a robot would say geometric. That's how I always remember geometric shapes. Organic shapes are so loosey-goosey, they're found in nature. They don't have straight edges and corners. They have, round and swervy, and there's no mathematical reason for those shapes. And so when I say organic, I want you to do this with me with your hands and your face. Organic. Organic shapes are ones that are kind of round and don't have those straight edges and corners. So those are the two ways we're going to remember geometric and organic. Let's say it with me one more time. Here we go. Geometric. And one more time. Organic. All right, let's get on to the lesson. Henri Matisse is a famous Fauve artist who really focused on color, design, and shape. He liked to call it painting with his scissors because he would cut paper to create his organic and geometric shapes. And then he would play around with these shapes, balancing out the paper and creating his compositions. Once he created a composition he liked, he would glue everything down into the pieces that we now love and cherish today. If you'd like to learn more about Henri Matisse, go ahead and click the video at the end and you could watch more history behind Henri Matisse by Mati and Dada. Can you figure out the organic and geometric shapes in these two pictures? Good. It means you're ready to start the project. Here we go. First, you're going to choose a piece of colored paper or a scrap of paper, whatever you're working with, and you're going to cut at least 3 to 4 geometric shapes that have straight edges or straight corners. And once you create those shapes, you're going to lay them out on your paper. Try to balance your paper. Don't put them all on one side or all on the bottom or all on the top. Try to balance out the pieces of paper. Once you're finished playing around with where you want them, go ahead and leave those pieces there. It's time to move on to the next. Grab a different color paper or a different scrap of paper, and you're going to cut a few more geometric shapes out. Once you cut the geometric shapes out, then we're going to try to create some really cool and unique organic shapes that are round and don't have straight edges, but they have some wiggly ones. And you can create by placing those on your paper, and you can use both the shape you cut out and the shape that you cut it out of. And you can play around with where you put those pieces of paper. I'm going to create another one of those organic ones, and I'm going to play around with where I place that. So here I'm going to do a curlicue. Once I cut out my whole curlicue, I'm going to place that on another piece beside my paper and the other part on the other side. Then I want to create some movement and repetition. So to do that, I want to create a bunch of little shapes that can move around my paper, and it creates movement because your eye wants to follow it around the paper. So I fold the paper and then cut my shapes, because by folding the paper, you can cut a bunch of shapes at once. Or you could just cut them all at different times. It's up to you. I like to do it the faster way. Then I put them all around my paper and create that movement. Then I am ready to add a few more little shapes just to create more balance and unity and movement. I'm going to put those circles kind of at the top and the bottom. There you go. Here's another piece that I've created with some movement and balance and shapes. Again, feel free to use newspaper ads or other found objects if you don't have pieces of colored paper. Here's one I did with some newspapers. I decided once I was done with the abstract to be able to create one that was not abstract and one that actually looked like something, like a flower pot. So feel free, once you're done with your abstract, to do an enriching lesson that you can try to create your shapes and make them into something. Good luck and enjoy painting with your scissors.